Now we have the privilege of hearing from Professor Dr. Goutam Saha, Dean R&D, IIT Kharagpur, who is our honorable guest of honor. So please welcome him with a huge round of applause.
Mr. Shimarpreet Singh, Director, GIS Group. Dr. Vishal Verma, HR Head, Alumnus Software Limited. Mr. Ramaprasad Ghosh, Executive Director, Digital Transformation, K-12 and Higher Secondary Advisory, PwC, Kolkata. Dr. Sharup Mitra, my ex-student, Principal, GNIT. Leadership team of GNIT, dignitaries on and off the dais, my dear students and their guardians if they are here. I'm humbled and honored to be here present in this orientation program. And what a way to begin with this program with the chanting of Sanghachaddam Sangbadaddham. And I believe all of you know the essence of it. It is working together, growing together. Coming from IIT Kharagpur, I see you are part of the big ecosystem, the big landscape, which the India is proud of, having the right kind of youth, getting empowered, getting skilled to take the nation forward. And we are part of that big ecosystem. Dr. Sharup told me to tell something about R&D because my background is, as of now, Dean R&D. I had been in many other administrative positions. Now, if we talk about the R&D landscape, there are many emerging areas that you can or you already are aware of. So whether it is artificial intelligence, which is the talk of the town, talk of the day, and when I look at that part of the aspect of it, I remember one young boy of Kolkata of late 19th century, Narendranath Datta. You know him? I'm not used to this one-to-many conversation. I mean, mostly I'm in interactive mode. So this Narendranath Datta went to someone called Sri Ramakrishna Paramahansadev, and several round of interactions, and then a feeling dawned to Narendranath on one day that everything that I see around is conscious. And today, if you look at the big IoT play that is happening, Internet of Things happening, the way every single entity is trying to communicate, if we put intelligence into it, whether it is edge computing or whether it is putting it to cloud and bringing it down to the user end, and of course, backed by appropriate artificial intelligence, we will see that everything is living. Everything is trying to communicate. Everything is saying, like we are standing on this dais, it can say that how much load it carry, what is its life, what is the remaining life, when should there be a preventive maintenance. Everything it can communicate if we look at it, if we try to listen to it. And when we talk about listening to it, let me take you to little bit towards my own research interest. All of us have seen stethoscope. So stethoscope, the doctors wear and they listen to several sounds, heart sound, lung sound and all. And mostly the interpretation is subjective, and only the expert doctors does have the adequate skill to make a meaning out of it, the interpretation out of it. So we thought that why not make it objective, so that even a not so skilled doctor or physician can make use of it. So this was 2002, and we started the activity, and then there were several interesting things happening. At least in Indian space, it was one of the pioneering work. And later on, we moved to why one single stethoscope, why not multiple stethoscopes? As a human, we are limited that only we can listen to binaural sound, two sounds coming to our 2 ears and making meaning out of it. But when you are talking about machine, it is not limited by that. So can I put multiple stethoscopes? And right now, after that, of course, we had a lot of collaborations with doctors. Many of these doctors are from Kolkata, say Fortis Hospital, Institute of Pulmonary Care and Research. So these are the directions in which try to listen what our organs are trying to tell us. And from that, many things emerged. And right now, the work is, the hospital trial is happening in multiple countries. International companies are involved. So just to give you that particular example, taking it further forward, right now, say I'm talking to you. In this particular spoken words, what are the informations that are contained? Of course, what I am telling, the speech, text part of it, the meaning, the interpretation part of is there. But if you had listened to me before, then you could figure out that this is Mr. X or Dr. X who is speaking. Your brain will tell, you can recognize the speaker. So not only speech information is there, speaker information is also there in the speech. Just I'm trying to tell you what are the different embedded information that are there. What else? The language. That I'm speaking in English. Many of us in India are speaking in multiple languages. Bengali, Hindi, English. So the language part is also there. But can we understand, can we figure out from this that the English spoken by me or the English spoken by somebody originating from South India, are they same? So from the spoken word, can we figure out that which part of the country he belongs to? That information is also embedded. Emotion. From the speech, can we figure out the emotional attribute of the person who is speaking at that time? Happy, sad, neutral, angry. That information is also there. Not only what you see in the foreground. If you analyze speech or the in-between informations, can we figure out the environment in which this is being spoken to? This is being spoken. Is it an auditorium like this? Or is it being spoken when a vehicle is moving? Is the vehicle a light vehicle, light commercial vehicle or a heavy vehicle? Or is it train environment? Can it give situational awareness? So, ability to listen properly can give us lots of information which is useful and many research directions. And in today's context, it is just not getting a degree that is important for youngsters like you. I'm sure I've been seeing that many of you would become entrepreneurs in coming days. We have experience in our own institute. Student after third year took a withdrawal. He had a very interesting idea. And he formed a company called In Shorts, you might see. And only few days back on 18th August, Foundation Day of IIT Kharagpur, we gave him Young Alumni Achiever Award. I am happy to see that GIS someone is there for many of the GIS students, alumni doing good work in their life. So, and then he formed the company, established it, came back, and continued the study. National Education Policy 2020 gives all these options, multiple entry, multiple exit. Probably GIS will be or already have adopted that. Going further, if you look at your environment around, you see the issues that you are facing. One of the important issues is environment. Everybody is worried about environment. And we are always talking about getting green energy, clean technology. Technology should be clean. That means it is not having those kind of footprints that will endanger our life. Research is happening in a very, very vast space, great speed in these directions, which is trying to make our environment cleaner, better, more habitable. Look at moving beyond the earth. I am sure, as a youngster, many of you are fascinated by this space. When we look up in the sky, maybe in Kolkata, with a lot of street lights on, probably we do not have the best view of the sky, but when you go around in some places, a bit far from the metro, you can see. And you might be already knowing, after the success of Chandrayaan, we are now going to Gaganayan. We want to put human in space. So many of you, I am sure, would be interested to pursue your activity in avionics, in research related to be part of ISRO, be part of DRDO. And I am, as your principal has told, many of you are already there in many IITs pursuing masters and PhD. So we would like to see that you think R&D as a feasible career for you. And as my previous speaker has already told, of course, IT sector, big employer, and we are indebted to that, we are indebted to them. So that is also an option for you. Entrepreneurship is another option for you. And I may share one more information here, that more than 50%, 60 to 70% of the PhD coming out of our lab are working in industry. They are not working as a faculty member or academician in different places. And they are working in private industries like Mercedes, like Samsung, like Robert Bosch. You name anyone, big industry, they are there. So these days, they are also talking about deep tech. Deep tech means deep technology, not a bit high-end technology input from the students or for which you need to think of R&D also as a in-between thing from these days to the other side of it. So before I end, I was listening to Mr. Dr. Vishal Verma, the importance of English. And I do not know how many of you are coming from vernacular medium, say Bengali medium or Hindi medium. I myself studied in a Bengali medium school. So after class 12, when I joined my graduation in IIT Kharagpur Electronics Department, I was nowhere as far as my communication skill was there. I don't know how good I am now. And I was kind of hiding myself in the last row so that I don't need to speak. Nowadays we can speak in Hindi. Hindi is very much allowed and people are welcoming it in those colleges. But that time, during my own student days when I was at the other side of the audience, 1986, so we had to speak in English, and I was, kind of the way we usually do in our Bengali medium schools. First we frame the words in Bengali, then we look for English translation of it, active voice, passive voice, which word will follow which one. And by the time everything is arranged at my hand, I see that I am having a numb feeling. Okay, I am not able to progress. So it is important, but those who are coming from that background may have issue, but don't worry. Go forward, tell whatever you want to tell. Your job is to express yourself. And if you have doubt, you talk to your faculty members, and the way you feel like, don't worry about the other part of it. And you have heard the theme or the opening, hymn, the stotra, that Sangha Chadam. So definitely your fellow students, fellow friends will be helping you out because of the common goal that you have set for yourself. And at the end, it is all teamwork and collaboration. So with this, I again congratulate you, welcome you for your next phase of the journey, and wish you all the very best in your life. Thank you.